We gotta look after we own. It's we time. Racism in Guyana is a problem, and many people use this to their advantage. But when we talk about racism, we tend to see it remote and far away from us. But am I racist? The moment we start to categorize groups and place them on a scale that says they are better than us or we are better than them, we're guilty. All of them stay so. It's a pack of hooligans, pack of bullies. A good one is a dead one. That is how they stay. We gotta look after we own. It's we time. Y'all just make bad for yourself. Addressing this national problem of racism begins with me. It begins with you. We have to start to think different. Act differently. See all Guyanese as humans. One people, one nation, with one destiny. As Guyanese, let us love one another. Everyone that loveth is born of God and knows God, because God is love.
President Afanali said he's on a mission to wipe out all forms of racism in Guyana. The president was at the time speaking at the observance of the 26th death anniversary of the founder of the People's Progressive Party and former President Chelly Jagan. The observance was held on Sunday at Babu John. The president said the country's greatest assets is the diversity of its citizens. However, there are some persons who are bent on weaponizing this important feature so as to divide the nation.
But yes, today I say that no weapon formed in the clothing of racism will succeed once this People's Progressive Party is alive, and we don't intend to die. We will stay alive. We will disband, destroy, and completely wipe out the weapon of racism that continues to be used against the people of this country. And those who handle the weapon must understand that their days are numbered and their days are coming to an end.
The late President Dr. Chelly Jagan served as President of Guyana from 1992 to 1997.
Look down from your window, no big city lights, just greenery. I don't know what you come for. Listen up, my dear, we're such a man free. Welcome to the land of many faces, not one, not two, but 6 different races. You know when the sun kisses your skin, you're in the right place. Guyana, oh, that's my beautiful country. Come, let me take a walk with Brother Tiki. You'll see our landmarks and our monuments, they're so unique. The high brick structure, the lighthouse, the tallest wooden structures, cathedral, 176th Street, monuments, and the beautiful city hall. You know with the wind in your hair, you're in the right place. Guyana, oh, that's my beautiful country. Come find your happy place with me, with me. I'll show you how you gotta be, oh be. Come find your happiness with me, with me. I'll show you how you gotta be. Wait, it's been 3 years and I'm looking at you here. You still with that girl? She acting like she care, but when you need her, she in there. Tell me, is that love? And other girls will never love you like I picture on her finger begging for her love. Them other girls won't get your humor like I do. Them other girls, they want you, but see, I need you. I need you with me. Come baby, come find your happy place with me, with me. I'll show you how you gotta be, oh be. Come find your happiness with me, with me. I'll show you how you gotta. Come baby, come here with me.
We are a peaceful people, struggling we struggle, and we no look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces, from foreign places, talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. No, we ain't giving up no mountain, and we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belong to we. Not the one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one chorus, not a blade of grass. land is our land now. We're gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow, but never break. Our fathers came here, and they lived and died here, and we are moving from here, make no mistake. No, we ain't giving up no mountain, and we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belong to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one chorus, not a blade of grass. We love the open country of the Rupanuni and the Essequibo, daytime or night. Though we criticize it, this is our home, we love it, and we mean to keep it, we have that right. Though we ain't giving up no mountain, and we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belong to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one chorus, not a blade of grass, not one golden apple, not one jamun.
The Chinese Association of Guyana takes note of an upload of a music video titled Chinny that is trending on social media. After reviewing the video, the Chinese Association wishes to express its concern for the content and portrayal of the music video, especially at the current time, just following widespread unrest which resulted in the robberies of Chinese-owned businesses, establishments nationwide. The Chinese Association of Guyana also notes the public statement by the producer of the music video, which included the following clarification: that the music video is created as a work of artistic expression and does not intend to promote violence or encourage crime against the Chinese community. That although the video was only uploaded in recent hours following the widespread unrest, the video is not a piece of work, and the video has been trending since January 2025. This is stated by the artist, that the producer of the video stands against forms of discrimination and criminal behavior. The Chinese Association of Guyana notes and appreciates artistic expressions of all kinds, but urges artists to use better discretion in considering the impact of their works, especially if it involves the security of real human lives. The association hopes that future works by any artist will use better judgment when constructing the content of their work, and in this case, the contextual timing in which they are released. At the time of this release, many persons in the Chinese community are attending to injuries and loss, some of which are life-threatening and life-altering for victims and their families. The Chinese Association is concerned that some interpretations of this music may lead to future harm. So, I asked ChatGPT why many YouTubers, go down and they only show everything positive. Now, here's what it said to me. They are being paid to promote, not critique. When a creator is sponsored by something like the Guyana Tourism Authority, the goal is marketing. Their job is to highlight culture, food, nature, and positive experiences. Talking about racism or any negative social issue can conflict with the sponsor's goals, risk future partnerships, and lead to content being rejected and not funded. Simple terms, they're hired to sell destinations, not to investigate it. Access depends on staying positive. Tourism boards often provide free flights, hotels, guided tours, and local connections. If a YouTuber publishes content that paints the country negatively, they may lose future access and they may not get invited again. So creators often self-censor even without being explicitly told to. Short-term visitor perspective, most travel YouTubers stay for a few days or weeks. are guided through curated experiences, interact mostly with hosts, guides, and businesses. That means they may not encounter deeper social tensions or they don't experience what locals or migrants experience daily. Racism is often more visible in work environments, housing, and long term social integration, not quick travel experiences. Now, here is the point. Guyana tourism is actively working to position Guyana as a true tourist destination, and that effort deserves a lot of recognition. I generally applaud what they are trying to build. At the same time, I understand why they may choose not to emphasize certain issues. Their role is to promote the country, attract visitors, and create opportunity. However, I've seen comments, especially on platforms like Facebook, where some Guyanese say they don't care about tourism and they are still waiting for wealth from oil discoveries to reach to them directly. But life doesn't work that way. A country grows through investment, development, and opportunity, not overnight payouts. Real progress happens when industries expand, business grow, and people have more ways to earn, build, and participate in the economy. Tourism is one of the most powerful ways to do that. It creates jobs. It supports small businesses. It brings money into communities. And over time, it improves the overall quality of life for everyone. I've seen this firsthand back in the 1990s. I used to visit Mexico twice a year. Since then, tourism has transformed the country. The difference is undeniable. Where I once saw people driving old 1970s Volkswagen Beetles, today you see modern vehicles, improved infrastructure, and thriving communities. That kind of change didn't happen overnight. It came from sustained tourism and investment that people welcomed. Believe it or not, the men and women working within the Guyana Tourism Authority are genuinely trying to move Guyana forward. A major part of that effort is not just attracting visitors, but shaping an experience, one where Guyana is seen as welcoming, safe, and worth returning to. And that's where people come in. Because beyond policies and promotions, what truly defines a destination is its hospitality. Guyana has always had a reputation for warmth, culture, and strong community. Does it? Well, I just said that as tongue in cheek, but they used to have a reputation because I know of my parents and their friends that that's what they were filled with: warmth, culture, and strong community. When I went there in February, sadly, I didn't really see that. The opportunity now is to bring that spirit forward, to show visitors the kindness and openness that the people are fully capable of, and just not in days of old. Because in the end, tourism is not just about bringing people in. It's about how you make them feel once they arrive.
You know you're on the road, one step closer you go. You know that you're a champion, let them watch you as you glow. No one can stop your vibes, all your powers are ignite. Let all the voices fade, now nothing will come in your way. 'Cause you are a ray of sunshine, everybody wants your sunlight. And you are a magic light bulb, everybody wants your brightness. Dark days will come and go, but you're still burning in the cold. You are your force to reckon with. When you eat, you feed your soul. No one can stop your shine. One more breath towards your goals. Breathe, free, breathe, you're a champion. Let them see what's in your blood. 'Cause you are a ray of sunshine, everybody wants your sunlight. And you are a magic light bulb, everybody wants your brightness. You are the strong, courageous one. You are the light within your soul. You are the greatest strength I know. Oh, you are the reason for your smiles. You are the sweetest thing I love. And I'm so happy now you know. Now you know, you know. 'Cause you are a ray of sunshine, everybody wants your sunlight. And you are a magic light bulb, everybody wants your brightness. 'Cause you are a ray of sunshine, everybody wants your sunlight. And you are a magic light bulb, everybody wants your brightness. 'Cause you are a ray of sunshine, everybody wants your sunlight. And you are a magic light bulb, everybody wants your brightness.
Oh, so let's begin here. So, in my search, because really what I wanted to do is I wanted for my daughter, because she's been asking questions about, my dad and his family and stuff. I wanted to help get her information. Now, I always knew that, of course, my grandparents had a grocery store, and my dad, being the oldest brother, was the one who worked in it. But I knew it was in New Amsterdam, but that's as much as I knew. So I went on the internet to see if I could find any information. And I did come across this post. Now, I'm going to stop right here. The picture, I don't know why, but that picture looks like I have the same picture. But I'm just trying to figure out something. Okay, because I have this picture, but with my aunts that are married to, and my mom is in it, and my aunts that were married to my uncles. They were in those as well, but they're not in this one. This one just has my grandparents and their children. And by the way, I do know that there is one that's missing because died when he was younger. So they actually had one more son, but he passed away when he was younger. So let's see if I could point this out to you. So I did find out it was on Main Street in New Amsterdam. That's my Uncle Derek, which I remember when I was small because I don't know, they kept on saying Bo Derek, and I called him Bo Derek, and he looked at me, and I was a small little kid, and he goes, "Don't ever call me Bo Derek again." So I never did. I had no clue even who Bo Derek was, to be honest. My Uncle Charles, and he was an awesome uncle, I'm going to say that. My Aunt Edna, and I didn't even know, I had no clue. First she died when I was 11 years old. And unless my mom told me that they were once really good friends and they were teachers together, I would have had no clue they were ever friends. And the way my parents met is because my dad needed a ping pong table tennis partner, and she arranged for my mom, who was at that time, her friend, to play with my dad in some game they were having. But supposedly she wasn't too happy when she found out that, they were dating. That's all I'll say there. And let's see, my Uncle Winston, of course, the really handsome looking guy here is my dad. My Uncle Rupert, and my grandparents. And if this isn't an altered picture, then because I don't think the one with my mom and my uncle's wives are in that one. She's smiling as much. And this is my Aunt Mavis as well. So let's just see this. So the question was, this family once owned a grocery shop on Main Street in New Amsterdam. Does anyone recognize them? So let's see, all comments. So the comment, yes, that's Papa and Ma Sua Singh. Actually, Papa and we called her Mama Sua Singh. Let's see. Yep, the Sua Singh family. And I don't know who this person is, but they say that they're married to Derek's last daughter, Jacqueline. So Derek's my uncle. Never met Jacqueline, but he's my uncle. And I remember, he married my aunt Madge, and she was really nice, Marge. She was really, really just the sweetest person. And they lived in New York. I knew that. And it goes, the majority of family moved to Canada. One sister moved to England, and my late father-in-law lived in New York, which is true. Let's see. Someone thought we were I don't know if I'll pronounce that right, Fong Fook family. Definitely we're not the Fong Fook family. I don't know who those people. Someone else thought we were the Fong Fook family. Nope, wrong. This person was explaining to them that we are not the Fong Fook family. And then someone explained, I guess Sylvie Fong Fook was Portuguese. And I guess her husband was Chinese, so she was just confusing us. But I'm just looking at this. Now, Asylum Street. So I guess when I do go back, I'm going to be going to New Amsterdam and going to Main and Asylum Street. It's not going to be there, of course, I know that, but I just want to see, get an idea of where it was. And this person goes, great entrepreneurs. And to be honest, yeah, I do think my grandfather was an amazing entrepreneur because most people would assume that he was from Guyana, but he wasn't. He actually immigrated to Guyana from China. His birth certificate, I had seen it too, and it says he's born in Canton, which is now Guangzhou. And he met my grandmother, who is half Chinese, and then there's Indian and some black as per, the 23andMe ancestry that I showed before. There's no H on Sua saying they spelled it wrong, but that's okay. And let's see, Sioux Brothers. No, we're not the Sioux Brothers. They own a bakery. I think they still have a bakery too in Guyana, but they do have in Canada. And I know my sister, because Norma Sue Kem Ling was a friend of my sister's in high school. So, and my dad used to shop at their bakery in Scarborough, so I do know them. Someone says them Chinese had army of kids. Well, back in the days, from my friends who are from way different cultures, including English and whatever not, they all had armies of kids. That was the generation where there were lots of kids. And from, because my friends have friends that are Irish and English, and they looked up their family history, and their grandparents had way more than my grandparents. Anyways, so when I do go back, just wanted to say that I am going to be going to New Amsterdam to Main and Asylum. Oh, hold on a second. You know what? Is that the address? 22 Main? I don't even know what they mean by that. Yes, the Suas. There it goes. Spelled the H is Indian. It's S-I-N-G, Chinese. But anyways, I don't know what they mean. Of 22. Do they mean it's 22 Main and Asylum Street? Is that like the address? Or I have no clue there. But I will check that out, right? Yeah, so that's something I'm excited and looking into. So
Who is Sue? Sue a Chinese shop man? You talk about Sue make a nice soup, wonton soup.
should we be talking when that rat nest on his head needs to be combed? I'm sorry, I'm a Generation X, so I'm also going to be blunt. I don't care what your background is. You walk out the house looking good, especially if you want to present yourself to be respectable. But yeah, that is plain racism. And I do know a lot of people seem to have this thing against Chinese being prosperous. That's the way you're brought up, to be education and then, business thinking, entrepreneurs. That's how my family was brought up to be like. So the origins of Rastafarians were in Jamaica, and that movement began in the early 1930s. Rastafarians didn't originate in Guyana, which many YouTubers don't even explain that or show that. They want to know that. They want people to just see Guyana as a Rasta country. It actually went into Guyana, and I did my research, which many YouTubers don't do, but the reason I did it is because my parents never talked about anything about Rastas, and their friends who were Afro-Guyanese, who also left around the 60s, 70s, Portuguese Guyanese, and Chinese Guyanese never spoke of it. But anyways, they came approximately in the 50s or 60s, and it was true Caribbean migration, seafarers and workers moving between islands, and influence from Jamaican music. And the 60s and 70s, which is the time basically because of all the racial issues in Guyana with Burnham, the struggles, and why most Chinese, Portuguese, and even Afro-Guyanese left because of racial tensions, and also Indian Guyanese left because that was not the environment, political environment they wanted to live in. So their main growth period was the 60s and 70s, and then 80s onward, the movement became more recognized socially. But there is different sides of Guyana, which many YouTubers fail to show. They also don't show that there's actually many Afro-Guyanese that are actually extremely educated, but you never hear anything about that. But are many Afro-Guyanese, Indian Guyanese who are all, educated and hold professions. Now, if we give the benefit of the doubt content, like I think it's Tito the Pilgrim, if we give him the benefit of the doubt, and him and many other YouTubers, they highlight everyday life in places people don't usually see, show resilience and culture in certain communities, and give exposure to a local personality like Lola Doll, and break the ideal that only polished or tourist areas are there. In that sense, it can humanize environments that are often ignored. But here is where it becomes problematic. The issue is more about the way it's packaged and titled, like ghetto framing, ghetto, repeatedly ghetto, ghetto. These reinforce stereotypes, reduce complex communities to struggle or poverty, but they attract views through shock value rather than respect. Then there is where he says the most famous singer, calling Lola Doll Guyana's most famous singer, is misleading, but it's used for clicks and not for fully understanding the country's musical history. If you want to say the most famous, the two, which a lot of people would know, would be Eddie Grant or Billy Ocean. Those are globally recognized and way more famous.
Today we need to design the trophies for Indo-Guyanese Curry Fest, which is next Saturday, March 28th. If you're new here, we have a free event at Everest Cricket Ground in Georgetown, Guyana, called Indi-Guyana Curry Fest. It's a spiritual successor to the National Duck Curry Competition. We're doing a duck, a chicken, and a roti competition. Total prize pool is like 1.5 million Guyana dollars. All right, we have a cash prize, but now we need a trophy. I know we've left this one a little bit last minute, but I've been chatting to Martin over at Branders, and together we're going to make something very cool. We're going to 3D print a custom trophy for our competition. Today we need to get an idea of what that's going to look like. 3D printing means we can do anything. Now, we're basically going to use AI to try and come up with some concepts. I had originally suggested something like this, a nice trophy or a karahi or something, and then have a duck on top. I think that was very quickly shut down by Martin, myself, and the team. So I'm thinking is a karahi or a pot, and it'll be like a dark liquid, and it'll just say duck curry on it. Chicken can be something similar, and a lighter color inside. And then for roti, maybe just like a pedestal and a tawa. Maybe something like this, a lot more simple. It's just a karahi right here and then the duck curry there. We'll do something similar for chicken. All right, this is what I'm thinking for roti competition. So you just got a tawa here on a pedestal, looking good. Obviously it won't have the little bits of flour and so, but good. We're gonna lock in designs over the weekend and hopefully start printing on Monday. So if you're gonna give me ideas, you gotta put it down right now. Just to recap, we have a free Curry Fest event on March 28th. It is free entry. There's going to be a kids zone, so there'll be trampolines and bouncy castles and ice cream and food and drinks and DDL and a massy distribution will be there. It's going to be a great day out. So if you have nothing to do or if you're looking for something to do for the whole family or just for yourself, from 2 p.m. on March 28th, come on down.
Now, I like Alex Power. That's because, well, he doesn't show, shock headlines on YouTube videos. That's true. He just is like, he shows like the everyday, the real living there in Guyana, which I like about that. He himself, he is born and was raised in Guyana and then left for Australia for school. And he came back to remigrate back to Guyana, and he doesn't post a lot of videos on YouTube, but there is, and check him out. But they are pretty good. They show you, not the hyper, side of it, the shock value, but just the regular realities of it, and setting up there. He has more posts on Facebook, to be honest. No one should be made to feel unwelcome in any country that they were born or grew up in and had to feel that they had to leave because feeling like an outcast. If a person criticizes racism while being racist towards another group, people see that as hypocrisy and selective outrage and lack of integrity. When people only call out racism that affects them but ignore or justify racism towards others, it reinforces the us versus them thinking. It deepens mistrust between groups. And it keeps going as a cycle. Racism isn't only wrong when it affects one group. It's wrong in all forms. If someone says don't be racist to me, but also shows prejudice towards others, they're actually not against racism. They're just against being targeted. Guyana is one of the most diverse countries in the Caribbean and South America. Afro-Guyanese, Indo-Guyanese, Indigenous peoples, Portuguese, Chinese, and mixed communities all help build the nation. But when these groups remain divided, the country moves slower. When they come together, everything would change. When people work together across ethnic lines, business expands beyond one community. Opportunities are shared, more partnerships are created. Instead of competing against each other or blaming another race for your disadvantages, build together, which strengthens the entire community. When people look at a country from the outside, they try to understand who are the people, who do they represent, and who defines them. If a country appears divided, the outside world sees mixed signals, separate voices, and no clear national image. The world doesn't just look at a country, it looks for its people. And if those people don't stand together, their full identity is never clearly seen.
We are a peaceful people, struggle as we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. This land is all I know. We're gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow, but never break. Our fathers came here, and they lived and died here, and we ain't moving nowhere, make no mistake. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass.
We love the open county of the Rupununi and the Essequibo, daytime or night. Though we may criticize it, this is our home, we love it, and we need to keep it. We have that right.
We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass.
Adrian Dutchin. It's who I am. It's who I am. Yeah. Hands up, hands up. Hands up, hands up. Come on, come on. I am a Guyanese. I am a Guyanese. No matter where I be, I am a Guyanese. I ain't leaving you.
Not a Blade of Grass is more than just a song for many people in Guyana. It's a feeling when you hear, people talk about it there. It's a feeling that stirs emotions for them. Written and performed by Dave Martins, the song became deeply important during a time when Guyana was facing uncertainty, and especially around its borders and national identity with Venezuela. Now, why does the song matter so much? It spoke to something every Guyanese could understand, you know, back then, bringing them all together, protecting the land, standing united as a nation, and holding on to identity in uncertain times. The message was simple but powerful. At that time, when tensions were high, the song gave people a sense of pride, sense of strength, and a shared voice. And then over time, the song grew beyond, politics. It became a symbol of national pride, a reminder of what it means to be Guyanese, a connection to a time when unity felt stronger. People sing it not just with their voices, but with emotions. So, what makes the song truly powerful is that it belongs to all of them, no matter their background. Now, yet, here's something many people don't think about. How many people sing that song without realizing who wrote it? Because Not a Blade of Grass, a song that, when I went there in February, it came up in conversation that it represents all of them. But does anyone ever think that that song was written from the heart by a Portuguese Guyanese man? In a country as diverse as Guyana, that matters because it shows that patriotism has no single race, pride has no single background, and love for country comes from every corner. And maybe that's the real message behind the song. That Guyana was never built by one people, but by all of them together. By the way, this picture, I wasn't born as yet, but that's my dad I was told, really into photography, so that's why my sister, and yeah, I'm gonna say it, people keep saying, oh, are you half sisters? No, she is my full sister. Anyways, I'm not gonna go into DNA now, but my dad was into photography, with my sister. So she has albums and albums of photos with her. And I did once ask my mom, how come I only have one photo album? And my mom goes, well, by the time you were born, your dad's hobby with photography sort of faded. So just thought I would insert that photo because it is a photo that's generally was also taken in Guyana. So there you go. Anyways, peace out. Actually, maybe on my next video, I'll tell everybody about my personal experience because it was quite interesting in 2015 as the head photographer of Mr., Miss, and Mrs. Pakistan World. I think I should do one about that. That's really interesting.